In this video, we will review 3 different ways to return a sales item through the POS screen. We recommend using the Chit History option as it provides a more accurate way of returning items, inclusive of any discounts. If a member received a discount on their original Chit, you may not be aware of it. Therefore, when using the return or quantity buttons, you may end up giving them a full refund rather than the applicable refund amount. To return a Chit, at the start of a new Chit screen, you can use one of the following buttons on the POS menu. Let's take a look at each one. First, we'll start with the Chit History button. This process looks back to the original member's sale Chit and allows you to pick the items that need to be returned. In order to view a member's Chit history, you must first select the member within POS. After selecting the member, go ahead and click the Chit History button. From here, you have the option to view this member's chits from the last 90 days, or all your server chits for today. If you need to go back further to locate a chit, click the Show Additional Chits button. You can utilize the search field to narrow down your search, and the Collapse and Expand Chits button to change the view of your chits. The member's previous purchases will display on the left side. The right side will display the return chit, which builds up to record the returned items. Click the View Chit button to view the full chit, including all the individual transactions. Select Return. This will cause the return item quantity to become negative. Then go ahead and select the sales item the member wishes to return, and select the green arrow to add it to the return chit. If you selected an incorrect item and wish to revert its quantity back to positive, select Sale, or select the item, then select the arrow to remove it from the return chit. Once you have added all the items to be returned, select the Add Selected Items to the Chit button. For sales items sold on discount, the Chit History feature will return the item at the discounted price instead of the normal selling price. Thus, returning any item via Chit History eliminates the risk of overpaying for an item, especially if you do not have a copy of the sales Chit at the time of refunding. From here, you can go ahead and proceed to settle and close the Chit. The Return button allows for returning an item by nullifying its quantity. Once you've started a Chit, add the sales item to be returned. Then select the Return Item button. This will immediately turn the item's quantity into a negative. From here, you can proceed to settling and closing the Chit. The downside of this method is that if you don't have the original sales Chit on hand, you may end up giving them back too much on the return. The Quantity button allows you to complete a reversing of a custom-defined quantity of items. For example, a client buys 3 packs of socks, but later wishes to return 2 of them. To use this option, once you have opened a Chit, add the sales items to be returned. Then select the Quantity button. Enter the desired quantity and click the Return button. Then click OK. Then you can go ahead and settle and close the Chit. The downside of this method is that if you don't have the original sales Chit on hand, you may end up giving them back too much on the return. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more how-to videos, and don't forget to subscribe.